Whistleblower Frances Haugen on Facebook's international impact.
The team I worked on was called Civic Integrity, and it was responsible for trying to make sure that Facebook was a good force in society. And right after the election, like within weeks after the election, they told us, we're dissolving civic integrity. Like they basically said, oh good, we made it through the election. There wasn't riots. We can get rid of civic integrity now. And when they got rid of civic integrity, it was the moment where I was like, I don't trust that they're willing to actually invest what needs to be invested to keep Facebook from being dangerous.
When you were told that civic integrity was being shut down, what was the purpose of that?
They claimed it was that civic integrity was so important that they needed to integrate it into all the other teams. And
so that it would no longer be a standalone unit.
Yeah, we needed it. It was so important. We should integrate it into all the other teams.
Is that what happened?
I don't think that I was alone in feeling what happened was dissolving the team, because the team that I got placed on, so my team got reorganized.
So what were the civic integrity people going through?
So imagine, no one else in the world knows what you know. You're the only ones working on it. And you know that you have maybe a tenth the number of people you need, right? So like, I'll give you an example. So my counter-espionage team, it had under 10 people. How are 6 or 7 people supposed to fight China spying on people in Taiwan or Uyghurs all around the world? Like our team at any given time only could work on a third of the cases that we had. Like a third of them. Like we literally had to sit there and make a list and be like, who will we actually protect? And there's no reason we had to do that. We could have had, 2, 3, 10 times as many people. And we intentionally didn't build detection systems because we already couldn't handle the cases we had.
And Facebook management is aware of this?
When I would express concerns, like with my own team, like when I was working on civic misinformation, that we were insufficiently staffed, I was told flat out, at Facebook, we accomplish impossible things with far less resources than anyone thought possible. I don't think it was malevolent. But because the leaders there often are maybe early Facebook employees, they may have never worked anywhere else. They have no context for like how inappropriately resourced things are. They just keep repeating the same truisms over and over again.
But this can't be a matter of money. It's $1 trillion company.
I totally get it. I think it's a feedback cycle. So every time there's a scandal, it's harder for people at Facebook to hire, right? More people are like, no, I couldn't work at Facebook. But because they're understaffed, they have to make compromises. And because they can't start from the place of, we have a problem, we need to declare moral bankruptcy.
Moral bankruptcy?
Moral bankruptcy is an opportunity for Mark, for Facebook, to come in and say, we completely messed up. Some of it's our fault, some of it's not our fault, but we have gotten in so far over our heads that we need a reset. Or we're sorry, we did this thing, but we're trying to do better. But what he really needs to do is come out and level and say, we have to reorganize the company. We have to admit that people don't want to work here right now and figure out solutions on that. Because if they don't do that thing, they're just going to continue to get worse, and the process is just going to reinforce and reinforce.
For Facebook's response, go to 60minutesovertime.com.